Everybody, if you're watching this video, then you more than likely have depersonalization disorder or you know somebody with it. Me, myself, I have had depersonalization for almost 5 years now. I triggered it with marijuana, even though I was a very heavy pot smoker before I triggered depersonalization. And, it got a lot better. I recovered from it once at the beginning, and I got it again. But it's just recently, because of certain circumstances, has gotten a little worse again. And it's, brought to light some things that I want to talk about when dealing with depersonalization. And this is one thing that, my friends don't really seem to understand. And it's about being antisocial. Depersonalization really didn't, make me, or give me social anxiety. I already kind of had it at some points, mainly because of weed. Weed definitely made me gave me social anxiety. Like, for instance, if I smoked for a party, I was so antisocial and I cared about what people thought about me. But if I didn't smoke, it was the complete opposite. I'd drink a little bit and I'd be fucking all over the place, talking to everybody. But I've become really antisocial with depersonalization because my friends just don't seem to understand this. Is with DP, with your brain, half of your brain shuts down trying to conserve energy. So, because all these crazy, inward thoughts and fearful thoughts that you've been creating have, putting your brain through so much work. It's exhausting for your brain to think negatively. It's energizing to think positively. It's crazy how that works, but that's the case. And so when you develop depersonalization, your brain is mentally exhausted. And because my brain is so tired all the time, I just don't have it in me to go out. It's hard for me to keep a conversation going with people. I've also, all my interests, I'll just, that's, the depressive part about DP is that, you lose interest in a lot of things, even though, I'm not depressed. So, I haven't been keeping up with a lot of things that, I usually would talk about. So, I could go out with people and almost be, kind of embarrassed that, I don't know what to talk about. People would be like, yeah, man, so you've been keeping up with it, or, talking about, stuff that I'm into. And I'm not relevant on any of it anymore because I've just been my mind is so mentally lazy that, I'm almost in a forced meditative state. It's almost hard for me to even form thoughts sometimes. And that's just, I'm sure any of you who have depersonalization can relate to this. But so anyways, I've become super antisocial because I just want to stay home. I do want to go out, but I'm just so mentally lazy about it. And I almost get more anxious about the thought of I'm not going to have anything to talk about. And everyone's just going to think that, well, what's the point of being friends with Tyler anymore if he's not even the guy that they originally became friends with? He's just this guy that doesn't have anything good to say. And once I do get out and I'm actually there in the moment, it's not as bad as I make it in my head, but even getting to the point where I have the motivation to go out is hard getting the motivation to go out. So I never go out and I stay home, and it sucks because it's really put me in this shell, and I've lost touch with a lot of friends. And before I had DP, I was always wanting to go out and want to be active and want to talk to people and connect with people, and I've made a lot of friends in the past. And now I just don't have that anymore, and I really miss that, and it sucks. But it is what it is. But I just really want to talk about that because it's something that my friends don't seem to understand. None of them are even going to watch this video, but, it sucks because I feel like they think I don't want to be, friends with them anymore, and that's not the case. It's just I'm too mentally fucking exhausted to do anything. I go to work every day, but I have to go to work to fucking pay my bills and make a life for myself. And I'm super social about work, because once I'm, at work, I'm just already in the motion of things, and, I'm thinking about work, and it's got my brain kick-started, and, most stuff I talk about with people at work is work stuff anyways, and, I joke around with the people I'm there, but it just sucks being so mentally exhausted all the time, and my friends just don't seem to get that. A lot of people don't seem to get it. They just think that I'm tired because of work, and, I'm physically exhausted. No, half the time, I'm never physically exhausted. I'm a skinny, fit guy. I can go all day with fucking physical work. it's the mentality, man, that I just don't have. And, you know, I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that, or relate to this. And it's one of the most shitty parts, because even when it comes to, like, my hobbies, like, things that I used to be so interested in, I can't, like, everything just seems so boring, you know? Like, usually, you get motivation and drive from excitement. When you're excited about something, like, you can fucking go all day, like, look up into things, you know, you're online, looking up your favorite sports team and seeing how everybody's doing, or, you know, I used to be into motocross and motorcycles and skateboarding and video games, and I used to be all, like, looking up all the new stuff and who's doing what, and, you know, now I just don't give a fuck. And it's not that I don't truly give a fuck, it's like my brain is just so mentally fucking exhausted from depersonalization that I just don't care. It's like if you don't have DP, but you had a super fucking stressful day at work, and you're just so mentally fucking exhausted, and you want to go home, and you don't even want anyone to bother you. Like, your best friend's calling you, but you don't even pick up to talk because you're just so tired. That's how I feel every fucking day for the past 4.5, 5 years, man. And I just can't wait to just, you know, get back to normal, and hopefully that comes back. I just want to feel that fucking drive, that motivation, that excitement to want to actually go out and stay out all night and have fun, just do crazy shit with my friends, man. One day, you know, I'll get back to that. And you guys all will too. Recovery is possible. Just don't stress out about this stuff. You know, it's okay to talk about it. Like, it's just something I really want to talk about for the couple people who watch this video. Hopefully you can relate to it too, and, you know, it comforts you a little bit that, you know, someone else experiences this. Anyways, some weight off my chest. Anybody who watched this, thank you. Have a good night.